everyone. My name is Filippo, and today I'm going to take you on a little journey through your body and through your spirit in a short 20 minutes, 25 minutes Hatha-inspired yoga class. And we're going to start by just closing our eyes for a moment, sitting in a comfortable seated position, either an easy pose, wherever feels comfortable for you. And we're going to put our hands on our knees, the palms facing upwards, taking a big inhale while closing our eyes, and then sighing the exhalation out. Letting go of all the tension. Repeating this one more time, a deep inhalation deep into our bellies. And while we do this, we're letting go of all the tension that we feel in our shoulders, in our neck, in our face, and just tuning in with our breath, observing the natural flow, the in and out, and trying to find a position or a spot in your body where you feel the breath the most distinct. It might be in your belly button, might be the wind through the nostrils, feeling on the upper lip. And just bringing all our awareness into this area. I'm aware of the quality of our breath. If it's deep or shallow, fast or slow. I'm just observing the changes. Maybe feel that it deepens and slows, all by itself. We try to expand this awareness to our thoughts. Maybe have flashes of memories or pictures in your head. And all you have to do is just witnessing it. The same as with your breath. Just being aware of what's happening without being taken with it. This complete presence, I'd like to invite you to bring to mind, and especially to your heart, 2 things in your life that you feel grateful for. And really try to feel it in your heart center. It can be anything, an event, a person, a thing. Just try to feel it in your heart center. And then spread it through your whole body. To your fingertips, the tips of your toes. Just immerse yourself in this feeling of gratitude. And then add to this the gratitude for this practice today. And let this feeling of gratitude, as well as your breath, carry you through the asanas. You may gently open your eyes. With gentle neck rotations, just coming up and down, left to right. And gentle with the neck. And maybe if you feel like it, you can go all the way around. Maybe you can combine it with your breath. Exhalation, head comes down. Inhalation, head comes up. And again, being very gentle here to your neck. Switching sides, inhalation, head comes up, exhalation, head comes down. And 2 more circles here, really trying to connect with the movement and your breath. And relaxing the neck, meeting us back in center, and starting with gentle shoulder rotations backwards. Really pulling the shoulder blades all the way to the ears, coming back shoulder blades meeting at the back, coming down to the front, full range of motion. And again, you may connect your breath to the movement, make it fluid, both shoulders at the same time, and coming to the front. And then relaxing the shoulders, coming down, putting both feet together, bound angle pose, starting with a little warming up of the hips and butterfly, just starting very gentle here, gentle movements up and down, and just trying to increase the speed, coming a bit higher and a bit lower, really bringing your awareness into your hips. Really feel the sensations of the bones in your leg, meeting the femur and the hip. A little bit higher, a little bit lower. And then slowly relax. Putting both feet to the front. Into stuff pose, bring the fleshy part of your buttocks away so you can be sitting your sitting bones straight. Being aware that your pelvis is tucked forward so you have the neutral position of your spine. And from here we're going to put the arms to the front. Start with gentle rotations of the wrists to the inside. Really again bring all your awareness into the wrists and to the outside. It's very important to always warm up all the joints, especially the wrists. They bear a lot of weight in downward dog, reverse asanas, and give it a good shake. And lastly, again, putting the hands left and right to our buttocks. And to get a feeling for good posture, you let ourselves sag for a moment. Round your back. And the next inhalation, you try to tilt the pelvis forward. Feel how the lower back is straightening out. And stand here for a moment. Relaxing back. And coming back to the front. I'm going to do this one more time. I'm going to show you one step on the side so you can actually see how it looks like. So when relax, the pelvis comes this side, and then we move the pelvis to the front, having the neutral spine here. I'm going to hold this position now, again, adjusting ourselves, bring the hands to the side, tucking the chin slightly in so the neck is in line with the spine, sitting completely straight. The feet are pointing towards here, the legs are active, the core is active. Then we're inhaling up into stuff pose. Hands are spread, fingers are spread, the shoulders are staying down in their sockets. And we're staying here for 2 breaths, breathing deeply into the belly button. The exhalation, pulling the navel towards the spine. And the inhalation and exhalation. One more inhalation, and the next exhalation, we're going to twist once to the right. Using the space by exhaling, twisting to the left. Checking the feet still straight, legs still active, hands still up. And coming back to center. Switching sides, exhaling to the right. Using the space, coming a little bit further. Taking a deep inhalation, straightening out. And exhalation, using the space, coming a little bit further on the twist. And inhaling, coming back to center. Relaxing the arms to the side. Give the legs a good shake. Relax. And we're going to come onto all fours into a tabletop position. Being mindful that we spread the fingers, having a strong base here, pushing into the ground, not letting the shoulders collapse, but having a firm grip into the ground, making sure that the wrists are in line with the shoulders and the knees are in line with the hips, so we have everywhere 90-degree angles like a table, starting with a neutral spine. And from here we're going to inhale, starting the movement from the pelvis upwards along the spine with a big inhalation into cow, gazing upwards, and then exhaling again from the pelvis along the spine, rounding the head and shoulders come last, rounding, pressing into the floor,
And again, inhaling from the pelvis all the way up to the spine. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. One more time with your own breath. Inhaling pelvis up. And here you can really also squeeze the shoulder blades together, open up the shoulders, and exhale back into cat, rounding, pressing nice and deeply into the ground, stretching the shoulders here, and inhaling, coming back to a neutral position. From here, we're going to step back into a plank. We're going to warm up the core a bit, and we're just going to make sure that we push back with our heels, activating the buttocks, the hips stays up. We stay again with our shoulders over our wrists and press into the ground. Activating the core, holding here for 3 breaths, everything active, focusing on your breath. And lowering down into the forearms into a forearm plank. Again, same rules apply. We push from the shoulders into the ground, activating the core. Another 3 breaths. And then working our way up into a high plank. And from here, for the first time, pushing into a first downward dog by initiating from the pelvis, from the core. We're coming up, pelvis high. The heels do not touch the ground. We bend the knees, rotate the shoulders open, middle fingers pointing towards the front. And we're going to really tuck our pelvis high here. Really want to elongate the spine here in the first downward dog. And from here, we're going to step left and right in between the hands, about hip width apart. And we're just going to round a bit to the left side, stretching a bit the left leg, coming over to the right side, and back to center. And finally, interlace your arms and the elbows, let the head hang in between the arms, and just let gravity do its work here for a moment. Take some deep breath into the side ribs here, deep into your belly, opening up the sides. And with every exhalation, just let yourself hang a little bit lower. Maybe sigh the breath out. And we enjoy this feeling here of letting loose. Bring the stretch on the back of your legs, your neck. And let the hands fall flat on the ground. And roll yourself upwards from the lower spine to the upper spine. Slowly and steady, vertebrae by vertebrae. Shoulders, and the head comes last. Gazing upwards, inhaling the arms up together. Exhaling, hands down, head to chest. And we're going to roll down one more time, very slowly, from down to up. Really focusing your attention on your spine here, using the muscles around your spine to really make this movement fluid. And again, inhaling all the way up, gazing towards your hands, squeezing the buttocks, protecting the lower back, and we try to bend from the upper part, from the thoracic part of your spine, to make a nice and deep elongation here. And then exhaling down. We'll step to the front of our mat. We're going to do 2 rounds of Hatha Yoga Sun Salutation. So we're going to put the feet all the way together here. Toes and heels are touching, spreading the toes wide, really grabbing into the mat. We're going to roll the shoulders backwards into mountain pose, spreading the fingers, buttocks active, core active, shoulders are pulling down, the chin is tucked, and we're standing here in a completely straight position, finding our center, feeling a bit swaying left to right, a bit forwards and backwards, so we really find the center line coming through your body, from the toes to your head. And from this position, we take a big inhalation upwards, so the hands meet again, breathing upwards, and backwards. And then exhaling down all the way to the floor. Inhaling again halfway with a flat back. You can either do it on your knees, or if you have the flexibility, you can bend all the way down to the floor. Otherwise, we're just going to stay here. And come the hand all the way to the floor. We're going to step back with the left foot, gaze to the front, stepping back with the right foot, and again the feet meet, toes, heels together, coming over the hands, and then lowering down knees, chest, chin, feet flat on the floor, inhaling into a gentle cobra here, and then exhaling, pushing back into the downward dog. Again, toes and heels together, staying here for 2 breaths, coming with the hip high, shoulders rotating outwards, hands are firmly into the mat. And then we're going to inhale, the left leg again in between the hands, and the right foot follows, toes and heels meeting, straight back, exhalation down, and inhalation all the way up. Gazing to your hands, bending from the upper spine, and exhaling down. Starting again in mountain pose, repeating, finishing the round on the right side, inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling, again halfway through, flat back, hands to the floor, the same step back with the right foot back, falling into the hips, gazing towards the front, trying to flatten the back as much as possible here, and hands flat, stepping back, toes and heels meet, shoulders over the wrists, engaging the core, lowering down knees, chest, chin, feet flat, inhaling cobra, maybe a little bit higher this time, protecting the lower back by squeezing the buttocks, really opening up the chest, and exhaling back into our downward dog, staying here for 2 breaths. And our next inhalation comes to right foot in between the hands, again falling a bit lower into the hips, left foot follows with a straight back, exhaling again all the way down, and inhaling all the way up. And exhale. We're going to do this 2 more times, a little bit faster this time. We're going to again start in mountain pose. We're going to inhale up. And now it should be a bit more familiar. Exhaling down. Inhaling halfway. Hands to the floor. Step back left. Step back right. Toes and heels together. Maybe now we can lower down all the way into chaturanga. Lowering down. Feet flat. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Holding here for another 2 breaths. And again, inhale the left foot in between the hands. Right foot follows straight back. Exhaling down and inhaling all the way up. Reaching high and back. And exhale. Finishing the right side. And inhaling all the way up. Exhaling down. Inhaling halfway. Hands to the floor. Stepping back right. Stepping back left. Lower down chaturanga. Hold all the way to the floor. Feet flat. Inhaling cobra. Exhaling downward dog. I'm holding for 3 breaths here now. Really reconnecting with our breath in this downward dog. Trying to pull the belly button towards your spine and up. Pulling the energy that we created with the asanas here, the warmth, pulling it into our body. And then again, inhale, right foot in between the hands. Left foot follows, flat back. Exhaling down, and inhaling all the way up. And exhale. Great job. We're going to continue with another couple of standing asanas. We're going to step about hip width apart, having the outside of the feet parallel with each other. That means the toes are slightly pointing inwards. And from this position, we're going to inhale into our chair pose. We really try to, when we go down, we try to lean back like we would sit in a chair. At the same time, we spread the fingers, the shoulders come up, the hands come up, so we have a nice line here with our hands to our back. The chin is slightly tucked. And really activate the core, squeeze the glutes. And we can even lift our toes here because we mainly stand on our heels. Focus on deep breathing here. 3 more breaths. And exhale, coming back up. Stepping back with the right foot. We pay attention that the right foot is in a 45 degrees angle and it's in line with the heel of the front foot. So the mid foot of the right foot is in line with the heel of the left foot. We're going to turn the torso towards the front and we're going to find a position on our leg to just really elongate our spine, and from this elongated position out, bend towards the front. Find a good hold here, not on the knee, above the knee, or even below the knee. First, just with a straight back, stretching the backside of the leg here. A good preparation for the triangle pose. And again, with every inhalation, try to keep and maintain this length in your spine. And every exhalation, and we can go a little bit lower even. And then we slowly come back up. Bring the pelvis towards the front. And we're going to put our hand where the bone of the leg meets the hip. Most of people feel here, but it's actually below. So we're going to bend from this position and maintain the spine in a straight position. We're going to bend down here, here as much as we can. Slide down our leg. And at the same time, open our chest. Shining the right arm up. Gazing either to our right hand. Or if our neck doesn't like that, we can also look down. And maybe we can even come all the way to the floor. Coming to the full expression. And staying here for 3 breaths in triangle pose. And having the right arm coming down. Both feet pointing towards the front. And we step to the front of our mat. Exhaling all the way down. And inhaling up. Exhale. Same on the other side. We're going to step back with the left foot now. You're going to see me from the other side, so you can also see better what I mean with a straight spine. Again, paying attention with the positioning of our feet, and starting with turning the torso towards the front, and leaning with a straight back towards the front, finding a good hold on our leg, and with every inhalation, trying to elongate the spine, straight back, exhalation, trying to come a little bit lower, bending from the hip, not from the upper back. Do this 2 more times. Inhaling, straightening out. Exhaling, bending a little bit more. Inhaling, straighten. And exhale, bend. With inhalation, we come back up. Turn the body towards the front. And from here again, we put our hand into our bone where it meets the hip. And this is where we actually want to bend. It sometimes helps me to just push this a little bit down so we automatically bend to the side. At the same time, we try to push our chest towards the right side so you maintain the straight spine. So we're going to do this movement lowering down at the same time, always correcting our back. Coming down, slowly sliding down, finding a good hold here, and then opening up our chest, reaching the left arm up. And staying here either in the full expression on the floor, in our triangle pose, gazing either up or down, whatever feels more comfortable for the neck. Another deep inhalation here, feeling the position in your body. And both hands down, facing towards the front, both feet facing towards the front, and step in front, straight back, exhaling down, and inhaling all the way up, and exhaling down. Swinging again to the side of our mat. This time both feet can look slightly outwards. It's about 1.5 to shoulder width. And from here we're going to again have the hands on our pelvis, and we're going to, with a straight back, move forward into a wide-legged forward fold. And move our hands to the floor, and just try to bring our crown of the head approaching the floor. And round the back here slightly. A little bit back up, a little bit to the left side. Maybe adding a little stretch to the side, in which you can have the right arm a little bit further than the left arm. You feel the elongation here on the right side, buddy. Switching sides. This time the left hand a little bit further. Coming a bit down. And back to center. Change the quality of the stretch a bit more by turning the feet slightly inwards. You'll feel the stretch a bit more on the outside of the foot now. And again, hands on the floor, reaching the crown of the head towards the floor. It doesn't need to be all the way. Just approach it. And see, with every exhalation, you can maybe go a little bit deeper. Don't try to force yourself into the stretch, but just surrender to it by letting go. That's always maintaining a smile on your face, telling the body it's okay to let go. And slowly coming back up, walking the feet in, stopping about shoulder width apart, and from here we're going to bend down into a low yogic squat. If this feels too intense for you, you can come to the side of your mat and roll your mat a little bit up, so you have a little roll, and you can put your heels on it. And if you elevate the heels, it's a bit easier to maintain a straight back. As in the soft pose, maintain the neutral position of our spine. We don't want to arch the back like this, but you want to maintain neutral, activate the muscles in the pelvis, at the same time moving the hands in between, opening up, and also maintaining the integrity of your foot. We have this natural arch, and we don't want to lose it. That's bad for our ankles. Really want to try to maintain this position, so that's why it's important to either roll your mat or even come on the tips of your toes, but just try to maintain this neutral position of your body. It's a good time here to close your eyes and really again feel into your hips. Can start to burn a bit in your lower legs and your ankles and your hips, but we try to, as much as we pull it apart, push it apart, we also try to actively, with our muscles, keep the legs apart and really sink deep into our hips. Taking 2 more breaths here. And putting the hands behind the back, sitting down, we're meeting each other, facing the front, and just an easy pose position here. Again, trying to maintain a straight back. And we're going to have some balancing twists now, approaching the ground more. And we're going to start with the left hand on the right knee. Again, maintaining a neutral spine. On the exhalation, the right hand comes behind you. The belly is pulling towards your spine. And you, with the exhalation, really try to use the space to come into the twist. You don't necessarily use the arm to pull yourself into the twist, but you just use the arm as an anchor so you don't come back forward. But ultimately, we want to use the muscles left and right to our spine to come into the twist. Also open your hand to the side, that feels more comfortable. And with every inhalation, again, we try to inhale, straightening our back. And the exhalation, using the space gain to come a little bit deeper. One more time, inhaling deeply. And exhaling, twisting a little bit further. And next inhalation, slowly coming back out, facing the front. Switching sides. Right hand, left knee. Exhaling, bring the left hand behind you. Inhaling, straightening out. exhaling, belly button towards the spine, using the space to twist a little bit deeper. And 2 more breaths like this. Inhaling deeply and exhaling, twisting a little bit deeper. And the next inhalation, coming back to the front. Working on the side body now, finding a comfortable position for your forearms on the side, opening up the chest and reaching over with your right hand over your body, gazing towards the left hand. And really feeling the stretch here. You can intensify it by really breathing into your right side ribs here. Also actively expand your right arm over. And slowly coming back to center. Switching side, forearm on the right hand. Opening up the side and reaching over, gazing towards your left arm. Again, deep breath into your left side body here. Helps with opening up the sides even more. One more deep breath. And the exhalation, slowly coming back out. Putting again both feet together into this bound ankle position. Moving your butt or your feet as close as you can, but only as much as comfortable. Grabbing your feet on the outside. Actively try to push down your knees, and with a straight back, trying to lean forward here. Stretching the hips a little bit. Again, trying to keep in the beginning a straight back. And then if you feel like you reached your max, you can maybe round your back a little bit and come a little bit lower. At the same time, you can also really work on opening up the hips actively with your muscles. And really focusing your breath into the hips. Direct your breath, the energy of your breath, into your hips. And with every exhalation, you can just breathe out the tension. And really find this rhythm of breathing in to the tension and breathing the tension out. And you may feel by just doing that, your body just naturally lets go. And you feel how you just ease more and more into the pose. Just surrender to it. It's also always good to pay attention to your thoughts that pop up in those moments. And just be aware of everything that's happening inside you. Next inhalation, slowly come back out. And find ourselves on our backs. Just lying down, hugging the knees into your chest. Give yourself a good hug. Also feels nice for the hips here. Maybe even roll a bit side to side in circles, massaging the lower back a bit. And the other side. And let the arms come to the sides into a T. And let the legs fall towards the left side. And if you want, put the left hand on the right knee. Gaze towards the right side. Make sure that the shoulders are both touching the ground. Going to maintain this position here. And this passive twist, just really again breathe into the twist. And just relax completely, surrender into it. Already close your eyes here. And very gently switch sides. And slowly up to the right side. Gazing towards the left, both shoulders on the ground. And finally come back to neutral position and spread the legs wide towards the front. Let the feet slay outward, palms be facing upwards. Slightly tuck the chin and stay here in Savasana for a couple of minutes. Just letting all the tension go out of your body again and completely relax. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining the class. It was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it as well. And see you next time. Namaste.